Hi, everybody. Welcome to the happy hour. It's Tuesday. Time to tackle the books. Time to get those winners flowing. Got a good couple cappers with me here today. We got Solo, we got Ramon. And then we're going to say hi to the cappers. And then we'll get right into these picks. Some tough spots here, I think, in the NBA to definitely got to pick your choice and then be very selective in this card here today. Definitely massive college basketball slate. And then definitely another little 14 on the ice. So definitely heading on over to Ramon. How are you doing, Ramon?
Hey, pretty good, Rod. I finally found my way to the top of the handicapper leaderboards. Well deserved, all right? So let's keep it rolling today with our big card. Yeah, on the ice, on the hardwood. We know it's Super Bowl week, but we got winning to do to build the bankroll here. Let's go.
Hey, Solo, how are you doing today, buddy?
All right, what's going on, everybody? Good to be here. Happy Tuesday. Ready to fire, make some money, update y'all, and get straight to the books. Let's get to it.
Nice, yeah. Can't complain about myself. A nice 5-2 day, and look at Ramon way up there, 8-3 on the day yesterday. Great job to kickstart the week, winning. All right, it's Tuesday. Put the past behind us. On to Tuesday. Let's get this action. We'll kick it off in the NBA. We're gonna go to let's see. We'll do all the way to 7:30s. Does that give us 4? We'll do the first 4. We'll go Dallas heading into Philadelphia. 76ers favored by 4 in that matchup. Boston heading into Cleveland. Cavs favored by a point in that matchup. Total 238.5. 228 in the 76ers matchup is the total there. Rockets up to 10-point favorites heading into Brooklyn facing the Nets. Total 212 in that matchup. You're looking at the Knicks on the back-to-back heading into Toronto. Knicks 5.5-point favorites in that one. Total 228. Was looking at the starting lineups, and the biggest question marks is that 76ers game. Eric Gordon, game time decision. Embiid, game time decision. Drummond, game time decision. Lowry, game time decision. KJ Martin, game time decision. Yikes. Looking at the Boston side of things, looking like everybody's in there on the Celtics side of things. Cavs, Okuru, Travers, and Wade out there. It looks like all the Knicks, everybody who played yesterday just checked right back in. Looks like the exact same lineup. OG Anunoby was out last night, and he's out here again. So same lineup there. Brooklyn, same usual guys. Bogdanovich, Clowney, Johnson, Lewis, Simmons, Cam Thomas out as well. Sengun looking like he's going to play here in this one for the Rockets. He's most likely Landale out there for Houston. And that covers the injury report in the first 4. Hang on to Ramon. What are you thinking these 4?
I think I'm a game time decision, Rod, here at this point, but it's not going to stop me from going to I'm going to go to the Rockets and the Nets in this one. We know the Nets. Boy, they're not very good, but they actually do play. I guess they play defense. I don't think it's always them on the low end of the score. Well, yes, it is, but they seem to just keep these games low right now. And I just think against a team like Houston, even though we might perceive them as an over team, they've definitely had more overs than unders. To me, they're still one of the best defensive teams in the league. So, look, they're almost a double-digit favorite. I'm going to have to go under in this one with the Rockets and the Nets here today. Yeah, maybe the Rockets will come close to that number, but it's gone up from 209 to 212-ish. Maybe you can even get a 212.5. I'm going under with the Rockets and the Nets.
How about you, Solo? What do you think in these first 4 NBA games?
Dallas and the 76ers, this line has kind of been consistent all day. Obviously, the book likes where they are. I don't really love this game. I think Tyrese Maxey does show up, so I'm going to take his points props over. I think he hits 30 tonight. As far as New York and Toronto, this game seems like a sharp shape of special. I feel like everybody's humping up on Toronto. I think I'm gonna stay on board and take the Raptors, but this is a tricky situation. I wouldn't go too heavy on this one. And last but not least, Houston and Brooklyn. I agree with Ramon. I think these teams get up and down, but I think defense is premium. I think this total goes under 212.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement there in that one. Houston and Brooklyn, I like the under as well. I believe the last 4 head-to-head have all went under the total as well. Slow paced. It's just like, can Brooklyn get to 100? That's the biggest question in this matchup. Can they even get to 90? Is another bigger question in that matchup. So yeah, I like the under 212 there as well. And of course, I'm going to take the Raptors there in that one. It's where they balled at home on the road. You bet them on the road. I'm not. I'll bet them at
It doesn't feel
on their home.
public.
It feels like it, but so did Portland yesterday, didn't it? It felt a little publicly too. Portland's definitely feeling a little more heavy tonight, but we'll get to that one later. But it does kind of feel like that, right? It feels everywhere you look, kind of everybody is in the Raptors, but you know what? Sometimes it is what it is, and sometimes the public does get wins. So I'm not going to buck it. I can't. All my numbers tell me to take Toronto at this number, so I got to grab the 5.5 there in that matchup, and just hopefully that I'm not trying to that I didn't fall for the low hanging fruit and grabbed it, and you know what it is sometimes. So definitely, I'm thinking we're good there in that one though. All right, heading on to the next three here in the NBA slate, we got Miami heading into Chicago. The Heat favored 3.5 in that one, total 228.5. We got the Lakers heading into the Clippers. Clippers favored 8.5 in that one, total 221. We got the Pacers heading into Portland. Speaking of that game right there, Portland 9 straight covers at home now. Lines dropped a little bit down to 4.5 for the Pacers. Favored in that one, total 234 in that matchup. Just have a quick look at the injury reports. I think they're pretty much clear with the same Pacers as last night. It was just Miles Turner, and it's still Miles Turner there again. Questionable game time decision for Portland. Thibault out in that one. I think that's the only one that's new there. Lakers. We know Reddish, no Doncic, no Kleber yet. Too early for them to. They might be on the street close watching and cheering and clapping on in that one. So other than that, where it looks like a clean injury report on both sides. Jay Smith is still questionable for the Bulls on that one. Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think of those three?
Yeah, the Bulls look like they're going to be mix and match a little bit with the lineup and their changes right there, and new players coming in, not quite ready to go yet. So I'm going to actually look for this one with Miami and Chicago to go over. I think that's where the move kind of is here. I know the trends, my favorite trends, would all kind of point to the under here, but we've seen the Bulls at times certainly give up points here. Look, Miami's situation obviously is not going to be clear here for a while. They're going to be stuck with what they've got, or I should say just shorthanded, I think is what they end up being, with Butler kind of holding them hostage. You'd like to get somebody in return and get that done soon, but I'm going to end up here on the over now. It's kind of gone up. I actually was trying to target this one when it actually took a dive early on. It went from 228 to 226, but you see that total now up there at 229. I think that's an indicator to me of the way this one's going to go. Big number here, but I'm going over with Miami and Chicago at 229.
Heading on over to Solo. What do you think of those three?
Miami and Chicago. I think this is going to be a better game than advertised. I like the way the Heat are playing, obviously without Jimmy Butler. This total is on the rise, so that is an indication that this game might go over. But for me, I think the stronger players to take Bam Adebayo over 20.5 points. I think he gets plenty of shots. I think he gets to it. I think we can score and get the money with him on that one right there. Lakers and the Clippers, man, I'm with the Lakers right now. We're playing good ball. I know we don't have a lot of bodies. Seems like everybody's humping up on the Clippers. I understand they got size, and Zubac will probably control the rebounds, but I think the Lakers will fire shots, find a way to sneak in this back door, take LA plus. What we at 9.5 now? This is too many points.
I guess you still see 8.5, 9s. I guess you still find an 8.5 out there.
Yeah,
I agree. I like the for me. I'm looking at the over in that game. I just don't see a whole lot of defense going to be played in that matchup. 221. I think we get into the 230s. I think it's a run and gun up and down the court we go, and over 221 in that matchup. And then if it's not broke, don't fix it. 9 straight covers. Can't go wrong with it. Give me the Portland Trailblazers plus the points. I'll just keep riding it until you got to keep riding the train until the wheels fall off. And once they fall off, then I think after this one, they head out onto the road. So the home stretch has ended. I believe their next game is out on the road on Saturday. I believe it is a couple days. But either way, they're back out. They go out on a road trip finally after this Portland and their 10th straight home game. So I think they ride it one more time. You want to go out onto the road to the wing. So should be a good one. Definitely be up late tuning into that one. That's for sure. All right, heading on to college basketball action. definitely loaded slate here in college basketball. We'll go from all the 6:30s right on through to the we'll go 8:30s. Yeah, because there's only a couple 8:30s. We'll go all the way right to 8:30, including the 8:30s. So everything before 9 p.m. Eastern on the college basketball slate. What do you think of those ones, Ramon?
Yeah, Rod, I'm going to go right down here, smack in the middle of the MAC, if you will. I'm going to take Miami of Ohio today in this one on the road against Central Michigan. I think we're dealing here a closely rated game. I'm showing Central Michigan actually the favorite now by 1.5 or so. So the move has been on Central Michigan here, but I think Miami of Ohio for me is going to be the call in this one, Rod. I don't know if this isn't a game changer or anything for Miami at this point, but getting 1.5 again, I'm just going to take them out right on the money line. I think here plus 110 or so, and give me Miami on the road against Central Michigan, and I'm going to go right down after that to Buffalo, and I'm going to take some big points here against Toledo. They're getting nearly 2 touchdowns. I think at this point I'm showing the line right now at 13 for the Rockets, so I'm going to take Buffalo here. Look, Toledo's dominated in this series, but I just think here just too many points at this time. I'm going to grab Buffalo plus the points. Toledo's look pretty good, no doubt, and at this point they're definitely worthy of favoritism here. But I'm going to take Buffalo here in this one. Usually these two, look, it's one high total here, and I don't know if it's going to get there. Maybe I'm having some total regret, but I'll take Buffalo on the side.
Heading on over to Ramon. Heading on over to Solo. What do you think here in these ones, Solo?
Yeah, we got a huge slate tonight. Plenty of games to choose from. I'm gonna take a look at this Purdue and Iowa game. I think the Boilermailers roll them. I think Iowa's still soft in the middle. I don't think they like to play defense. I think they get crushed. Let's take Purdue minus the 7. Marquette and St. John's. I think this is going to be a good game. I don't really like the way Marquette has played well of late. I don't think neither one of these teams can really shoot the basketball. I'm gonna take this total under 148.5. Let me just give us one more here. Utah State and Wyoming. Utah State has played good ball lately, but I think Wyoming can find a way to sneak in the back door. I'm going to take Wyoming plus 8.5.
And for me here, looking at that Purdue and Iowa game, yeah, I think Iowa is still soft in the middle and going to give up plenty of points. At 156, I think it's too many. I think Iowa will be able to chip in enough points to be able to get us over this total of 156. I think the Boilermakers can probably score 90 or higher on Iowa the way they've been giving it up defensively. So I like the over 156 in that matchup. And then looking at Kentucky taking on Ole Miss, it's just like, ooh, for me, it's just don't trust Ole Miss. It's been too many times. You burnt me once, you burnt me twice. I watched you burn everybody over there another time. It's just too many. I can't do it. Now you want to leave 4? No chance. Can't do it. In that one, we've seen Kentucky. I think it's a bounce back spot here for Kentucky. Ole Miss against ranked opponents. Guess what? They're 1-20 ATS versus ranked opponents is Ole Miss. So give me Kentucky at plus the 4.5 in that matchup. Another one I'm looking at here is Miami and Central Michigan. Hey, I think that turns into a track meet. I like the over in that matchup. I'm kind of leaning with you there, Ramon. I think the wrong team might be favored in that matchup there because I think it's been plus 1.5 most of the day. Hasn't moved a whole lot. I like the over in that matchup. Definitely get some points. And I like Buffalo this morning. I still like them now at the plus 13. I got plus 13.5 this morning. I see in that one. So still plus 13. Still like it. I think Toledo wins by single digits, not the double digits there in that matchup. And then St. Louis and UMass, that total's been on the rise, and I still think it's going the other way. I'll bet it again now here at 153. It was 151.5 this morning, so it's risen a good 1.5 there. I don't see it. I think we're going to get an under total in that one. Look at St. Louis on the road, or just overall together this season, 16-4 to the under. Yeah, we're not going over that total. Give me the under 153 in that matchup. And that brings us all the way to the last slate of the college basketball board. We'll go all the way from 9 p.m. Eastern. There's 10 games there, all the way to the bailout game at 11 p.m. Eastern. We'll go over the other way this time. We'll start with Solo. What do you think there in the late night college basketball action?
Indiana and Wisconsin will start here. I like when Rod say, oh, whiskey. So sign me up with whiskey with a double shot tonight. I think they roll the Indiana. I don't really think they have the athletes to keep this one. I don't like the way Woodson is coaching. I think it's time for him to move on. I think the Hoosiers are in big trouble. Where we at? Georgia Tech and Clemson. I know the whole world is on Clemson. Sign me up with Georgia Tech. I like the job Damon Stoudemire is doing. I think he finds a way. I think he has really good guards. I think they're very athletic. I think they'll find a way to get some rebounds and sneak in the back door. So let's take Georgia Tech plus the 12. I also like the job that Kansas State is doing lately. I think they're playing better ball. This Arizona State team looks like they're heading in the wrong direction. So sign me up with Kansas State plus 3. And I think that's it for me.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think here in these ones, Ramon?
Yeah, a couple more totals for me on the late slate here, Rod. I'm going to go to Bonaventure and Loyola Chicago. Look, Bonaventure's been kind of the darling of the betting public, it seems like. And even though they slipped up a little bit, they started covering again. And I think here I'm going to end up on the over right now. The total seems to be moving here at this point. I'm showing right now 134.5. I really like this one, a couple of points lower. I'm still going to give it out here. I don't think I can go premium quite there anymore, but Bonaventure 7-3 to the over in their last 10, and we're definitely seeing Loyola Chicago now that we've entered conference play with a few more overs here this season so far. So give me the over there with Bonaventure and Loyola. It's at 134-ish, 134.5 it looks like right now, and I got another over here. How can you not go over with USC and Northwestern the way these two teams kind of been going over right now? It looks like a pretty comfortable number right now at 139. I perceive these teams as overs for sure, especially the Wildcats. It seems like their games are more into closer to 150 right now. So I'm going to go over with SC and Northwestern as my other play in this group.
I agree with you in that one. USC and Northwestern over. It's definitely going to be up and down the court with both those teams scoring plenty of points to get us up and over the total. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of USC on the money line as well in that one. They're playing good hoops. And I know Northwestern's playing good hoops as well, but give me USC on the money line to upset Northwestern on the road in that one. And I agree. Normally, I'm a Clemson guy, but 12 points, that's way too many. We just seen with Georgia Tech and keep it within that number. I think it's a single-digit win for Clemson in that one. So definitely agree. Give me Georgia Tech plus the points there in that matchup. And then, give me some whiskey. It's down to 9. Look at the people betting Indiana. Just because you see them play good in one game. In my head that I remember over the years and years and years of betting college basketball, as soon as I see the Hoosiers on the road, I'm running the other way. No chance. It's bet the Hoosiers at home. You don't bet the Hoosiers on the road. They get lucky once in a while, but not consistently. Not on the road. No chance. As Solo says, I don't drink anymore, so I can't have the double shot of whiskey, but you can definitely have a couple double shots of whiskey for me, Solo, because I'm in on whiskey there. Lay the 9 there in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is Auburn. I think Auburn wins this game, but not by 17.5 points. I think it's just too many points. It hasn't budged all day. Books are happy where they are. Give me Oklahoma plus the 17.5 in that matchup.
Rome is back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, he the real deal.
Yeah. So should be a good one in that one. And then the other one I'm looking at, big game tonight here, Arizona taking on BYU. And look at what BYU does when they get together against these good shooting teams. 152 is kind of like, I think that total is almost right where it should be. But I'm going to lay the points there with BYU. I think they win by 5 or 6 points. Comes down to it late, and they start hitting their free throws and pull away, win by 5 or 6. BYU 16-3 against the spread against these good shooting teams in this spot. So give me BYU in that matchup. All right, we're going to quickly skate on over the ice. You want to hang around, Solo, or do you want us to?
Yeah, do your thing.
All right, we'll head on over to the ice. Big slate. We'll go through all the early action here. We'll split it into 2 groups here there, Ramon. We'll do all the 7 p.m. Eastern games, and then we got 7:30 ones. And then we'll include the 7:30. So the first 6. We got Columbus taking on Buffalo, Ottawa taking on Tampa Bay, the New Jersey Devils taking on Pittsburgh, Florida taking on Washington, Vegas taking on the New York Islanders, and Minnesota taking on Boston. What do you think in those 6, Ramon?
Yeah, Rod. Well, I saw a top NHL capper yesterday on some videos on Tony'sPicks.com, and he said, look for the goaltending today and see who's going to be in. Now, I think he might have been talking about the winner here, but maybe with Thompson in there today, I got to go under here now with Florida and Washington. Maybe you can fill in the blank on what you were saying there on that video, Rod, but I think if anybody goes back and watches it, they'll know exactly what you were doing in there. And I think with this great goaltending matchup, how can I not go under in this great game today with Florida and Washington? We're dealing with that 5.5. Might be juiced to the over there, but I got to go under, Rod. And it should be a good one. Florida and Washington tonight. I'll go under.
And for me in this matchup, yeah, that's exactly what it was. When I see Washington Capital games, it's if Logan Thompson is playing, then I'm betting Washington Capitals games, and I'm betting the unders because he's been absolutely lights out for Washington. If I see Charlie Lindgren, I'm running the other way. Well, Logan Thompson gets to start for the Washington Capitals here in this one, and the defending champ Sergei Bobrovsky. So I agree to the under, but I'm going to take Washington there in that matchup. And then the other one I'm looking at here in this spot is you look. Another under, I think, here. Aiden Hill taking on Sorokin and the Islanders. The Islanders just beat Vegas. It was 4-0. They beat them on their in their home rink. So I think this is the Vegas Golden Knights looking for a little bit of revenge, right? So Aiden Hill, they saved exactly for this spot on the road. Give me the under in that matchup with a lean to Vegas to get the revenge in that matchup. Another one I'm looking at here is I like the under, the Minnesota Wild and Boston Bruins. Swayman taking on Marc-Andre Fleury in that matchup. So I expect a lower scoring one. And in the video, I think I lean towards the Devils just because but they're going to start Nico Dawes, and we haven't seen that guy in a long time for the New Jersey Devils in that matchup there. And not a guy I want to be backing with New Jersey. They have been playing the better hockey, but I think the Pittsburgh Penguins play their better hockey at home. I got to lean to the dog there in that matchup. All right, hang on to the last part of the slate. We'll do the 8 that are in the everything after 8 p.m. Eastern. We got the Edmonton Oilers heading into St. Louis. We got Carolina heading into Winnipeg. Ooh, look at Winnipeg up to a plus 130 dog in that one. We got the Philadelphia Flyers heading into Utah. We got Toronto taking on the Calgary Flames. We got the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Seattle Kraken, Colorado Avalanche taking on the Vancouver Canucks, Montreal Canadiens heading into San Jose. And we got Dallas taking on the Anaheim Ducks. What do you think there in those 8 NHL games, Ramon?
Yeah, Rod, you might tell me better or tell me about it, but look, I don't know if I can pass on the Jets, even though Comrie, it looks like he'll be in net tonight. Instead, of course, of Hellebuck. So I still want to ride them here as a dog. I think at home, the Jets have won. They're on this winning streak here, obviously, right now. And, it's going to be a good game. This is a sneaky good game, it feels like, here with Carolina coming in. But I'm going to go ahead and take them here with Comrie going up against Kochetkov in this one. I like the plus money here, I think. And you said up to plus 130, even higher here at some books. I'm sure it's based on this, mostly this goaltending information. Carolina's good. We know that. But the Jets have been pretty dynamite. Carolina's still costing you money on the road. The Jets are still a profitable team at home. So I just have to take them as a dog here, Rod. And then I'll skip it down and I'll go to Dallas and Anaheim. Anaheim, for some reason, they're overmatched against Dallas, but they always hang in there against the Stars. And if they do so, it's going to have to be, I would figure, a low-scoring game tonight. Typical Anaheim. Look, it's not at Dallas, but I don't think that matters here. So I'm going to end up here just taking the under in this one with Dallas and Anaheim at home. You got Gibby in there tonight. Love him or hate him, poor guy will rot away there in Anaheim. But I'm going to try the under here, Rod, with these two in this series. You got you can run over the stats all day long with Dallas right now, 12-28 to the under as a favorite. Anaheim 8-17 to the under at home. So I'll squeeze it in here and go under 5.5 with Dallas and Anaheim for my 2 plays in the late group.
And I agree.
Who's the most profitable team in NHL, real quick?
The most profitable team right now in the NHL? Here, let me have a quick look for you.
cut you off.
I usually break it down home and away is what I mostly like to do, because like teams like, Minnesota, Vancouver, they do so good on the road, right, Rod? But sometimes you could be a little bit overvalued at home. So I usually like to look at it in that perspective. So
I guess I was trying to see was the best team, is the best teams the most profitable, or is it like other sports where kind of those mediocre teams are?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
this is like baseball where teams play 160. In this, I'll tell it to you. The top 5 right now, money wise in the NHL,
up there, I know that.
is the number 1 team is Washington Capitals. On the road, they're making you've made over $1,000 betting Washington Capitals games.
Okay.
But combined at home, only 340. So on the road, they've been better, but combined overall, you've made $1,400 betting Washington. Second, a team that's 26 wins, 27 losses on the year, hanging around 500. That's the Columbus Blue Jackets. You made $1,100 betting the Columbus Blue Jackets games. And then, one of the top teams in the league is the Winnipeg Jets that we just alluded to. They've made bettors $951. And then another team that's well below 500, looking at this Montreal Canadiens team, 24 and 28. Well, they made bettors $862. And then another team that's we're just talking about here, facing the Dallas Stars, this Anaheim Ducks team, 22 and 30 on the year. And they made bettors $768. And there's 8 games below 500. So the way to go is doggy in the NHL. It's just kind of like baseball. You have to be selective and find your dog spots to make a profit. Big time.
Great point, Ron.
Yeah, it didn't mean to hold the show up, chat, but I'm learning too, baby. Let's get
no problem. That's what we're here for.
Three of us, we can
get winners and teach you guys to be better bettors, right?
We can talk game theory for a few minutes with this, just the 3 of us. But I think you nailed it on the head, Rod. I love actually one of my favorite stats to look at when I handicap is profitability at home and on the road in those splits, because like you said, a team like the Montreal Canadiens, that was a good run, and they're starting to give it all back here real quick. But still, it's those pennies on the dollar, and that's where you end up making it when you can cash in on those, plus 175s and $2. You can lose almost 2 out of every 3 and still end up kind of even. So that's what I like to look for. You're right, Rod.
Yeah, exactly. The plus money spots. It's just chasing a minus number with a puck line on a favorite in hockey is a losing profit. It works the same as baseball.
You'll never see our cappers give it out.
If you're chasing run lines and odds, well, you're putting down too much money, and that's what the book wants you to do. They want you to chase those run lines and odds.
Our handicappers are very selective, Rod. You're never gonna, nobody's doling out big favorites here.
Sure. No, don't want any of those. All right, looking back at that game, I would tell you, Dallas and Anaheim, they have been the most profitable, as we say. I like them plus the puck and a half here. You lay a little bit of juice. I see it minus 125, minus 130. Shop your number there. But I don't mind laying that little bit of juice with the Ducks team that is great at covering that puck line. Sometimes you can lose the game, but still cover the puck line as we do here. So I'm going to take the plus 1.5 with the Ducks in that one. The one I still like on the morning show, I said Montreal and San Jose. I'm going to take over the total. Who's getting the start for San Jose? We haven't seen him in a bit, but it's good for Fiviev is in goal there for San Jose. And San Jose has been good for giving up 5 or more goals over their last 5. It's actually more closer to 6 goals a game has been the San Jose team. Awful defensively. Give me the over 6 in that matchup. And then I don't bet them on a lot, but when I do, I really like Calgary here in this one. I don't think this Maple Leafs team is going to get the sweep of their Alberta trip. They did get Edmonton. They got out nicely into that first period, and Edmonton came roaring back, made it 4-3, and took a big, massive save, almost one of those game savers of the year to keep Toronto 4-3 in that one. So they robbed the Oilers. They're not robbing Calgary here in this one. Give me Calgary in that matchup, and then bounce back. Yeah, Oilers got the loss last time. I think they come into St. Louis and thoroughly handle the Blues in that one. The Blues haven't been playing the greatest hockey over their last few as well. I like the Oilers in that matchup. And then give me the under, Carolina and Winnipeg, low-scoring one. Even with Comrie in there, he hasn't been the greatest goalie for the Jets, and that $30 price change from what it was in the morning. Yeah, I don't blame you for taking a shot with the better team at home, which is the Jets in that matchup. But I like the under 5.5 in that matchup. All right, that wraps up the slate today. We'll head on over to the parlay section or player prop or game in the future. We'll leave it up to the capper for them to decide. We'll head on over to Solo and see what he's got for us today.
Yeah, I got a lot of picks today. I'm outside today. I think I got 5 total NBA picks. I think I have 3 college basketball picks. We got 8 total picks on the sites. I got 3 packs. I got a 5-pack. Got a best bet up there. So sign up with me short term, long term. Remember, one of the good cappers. You know, we get into the bank. But as far as the parlay, I'm gonna be quick. I think I'm on these player props today. I like Tyrese Maxey to get his 25. I like Bam Adebayo to get over his 20.5. And let's throw in, for good measure, let's take the Purdue Boilermakers make us -7.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think in this section, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm going to play a parlay with some totals, of course, in college basketball. My favorite thing to do for sure. I'm going to buck the trends a little bit with LaSalle and VCU. I'm going to kind of go with the eye test here. I am going to take over in this one as my first leg with LaSalle and VCU. Right now, it looks like it's about 143.5. I'm going over there. Big Ten tonight, Minnesota and Penn State. Another one where maybe the move definitely came in on the over here in this one, but I'm going to end up going under here with Minnesota and Penn State. I guess it hasn't. Maybe it has dropped down here, 140.5. So lost 2.5 points actually there. I'm just checking that actually now. I'm still on it. Not going to change the script here, Rod, for a little point move the way I work. So give me the under there with Minnesota and Penn State. And then I'm going to go to Drake and Murray State. Man, Drake has been pretty exciting here so far, and maybe they'll keep it going today. They are favored on the road, but pretty low total here actually right now for the way Drake's going. 124, so give me the over here. That's LaSalle over, PSU under, and Murray State over for my 3-teamer. And you can catch me over at Tony'sPicks.com with my packages today. I've got college basketball, NBA, and of course that big NHL slate. Rod, I couldn't help but put in a 5-pack of hockey plays today. So feeling pretty good off of yesterday. Check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Whatever your sport, I've loaded up for you here today. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off of not just mine, but any of our cappers over there. Team me up with one of my boys right here on the 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. And let's ride to the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
And for me, we're going to go with a little big sport 3-teamer. We're going to go with first one, college basketball. I like Kentucky plus the points. We're going to go with the Edmonton Oilers, lay the puck line. And then we're going to go with the over in the Lakers and the Clippers game. And for me, over at Tony's Picks tonight, I've got, what do I got? I got my NHL sniper play of the day. I've got my NBA drop a dime play. And I've got a 3-pack in NBA rare for me. I think this is my first triple of the NBA season. Most of the time, I'm just dropping one play. So I got a nice triple in the association. And then I've got my top triple, which is includes my NHL sniper play, my drop a dime play, and my college basketball slam dunk. My top triple of the day. But the best way to go here at Tony's Picks is to go long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. Hit the links in the description. Get you right on over to Tony's Picks. And when you get there, use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. You can see the leaderboards. You can see who's hot over at Tony's Picks. Definitely go check it out. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and everybody that tunes into the happy hour. One of the faster happy hours. Hey, there's only 3 of us today. Sometimes it works out that way, and we get in, we get out. It is what it is. We got some winners flowing. Let's have a big day. Any final words on the cappers before we head on out?
Yeah, so
Chat, don't forget to get the money. My bad, Ramon.
I was just going to say, did you give us your packages there, Solar? Did we pump you up enough today?
Yeah. We out there. I'm on the site. They know where I'm at. I let them know I got 3s, 5s, the whole 9. Pair me up. We ready to roll. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Go Tech.
We're all ready to roll. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Tackle the books. Let's get that money. So we catch you again tomorrow. Have a good one.